Master the art of revision. And we done a few videos on talking about revision. And Abhishek said, look, we need to dive deeper into this about what we mean when we say, hey, revise. I'm going to talk about revision, about revising, and thinking about how we will handle the revision part, and especially for a quant. So, logical reasoning, data interpretation is going to be about practice and variety. There isn't that much value in saying these 5 puzzles I've done, I'll keep revisiting these puzzles. If something is not clear, you're going to have another look at it. But doing the same puzzles over and over again, not great. And for verbal, again, reading the same passage over and over again, not great. Verbal revisiting is going to be about revisiting the entire genre, revisiting that type of passages, not as much revisiting the same passage over and over again. Quant is going to rely heavily on revision. And so this is what is called as a spiraling mode of learning. And so, which is basically like a spiral staircase. And schools do this very often. They teach you something in class 6 and then build on that in class 7, build on that in class 8. But it's not like they take you from 1 to 10 in class 6 and then 11 to 20 in class 7, 21 to 30 in class 8. They don't do that. They do from 1 to 10 in class 10, class 6, and then say, look, I'm not going to do 1 to 10, I'll do 1 to 12. And then in class 7, they go from 6 to 18. In class 8, they grow from 9 to 24. So they revisit a bunch of things, make them sit in your mind, and then add another layer to it. A lot of learning gets better and better only if you digest a bunch of ideas and then go to the next one. Otherwise, rattling on and learning lots of things stacked up together is going to be a nightmare. So when you're doing this, imagine learning in cycles. And so with one track being for learning and another track being for revisiting. And so if I'm saying, look, I learn, hypothetically, I learn arithmetic here. And then I go up and then learn more arithmetic. Next cycle, I add algebra to it. Next cycle, I add number systems. Then I add geometry. Sitting inside this very framework has got to be a mechanism where you say, I learned arithmetic, I'm going to revise arithmetic. I learned algebra, I'm going to revisit arithmetic and algebra. I learned number systems, I'm going to revisit arithmetic and number systems. I learned geometry, I'm going to revisit algebra and number systems. And then on top of that, I add revision of everything else. So do not have a mechanism where you stack topics up, finish them, and then revise all of them. That doesn't work. You have to continuously revisit. Don't worry about not devouring topics. And sometimes I finish percentages, I finish profit and loss, I finish ratios, I finish mixtures. So in the month of June, I finished the entire quant. It feels nice to be able to say that. But when you do that, when you stack topic on top of topic, by the time you go to week number 7, you've done 70% of the syllabus. But God forbid, you look back at topic number 2, you may end up feeling like, look, I don't even remember having ever digested this. I don't remember having learned this at all. And it's not like you've not learned this, you have learned that, but it is not registered in a way where it lasts forever, nor will it. And so if you think about time taken to digest a topic, it goes like this. You finish a topic round 1, suppose it took you 5 hours, then round 2 will take you only 3 hours. Round 3 will take you only 1 hour. Round 4 onwards will become smaller, much simpler by the time you have digested it. So have the confidence to say, look, I've got this. I'll revisit this round 2 of this topic before I add another topic. So your learning cycle and your revisiting cycle have to be layered on top of each other. Don't stack everything up, finish that, and then move to the next thing. That simply doesn't work. And super important. Super important. So learn, revisit, add one more layer, revisit, add one more layer, revisit. So by the time you're going to the trickier topics, you would have digested arithmetic super comprehensively, and that has massive payoffs. So we win revision. Do not push it right to the end. And very crucial to keep this in mind. And remember, the time taken for finishing a topic or learning some idea crashes. So whenever we do the math, say, look, to finish percentages, it took me 5 hours. I can read 26 topics like this, 130 hours, and then I revisit. That will take me another 130 hours. Then I have to do practice, but I need 400 hours to just do math. Where am I headed? And so, because of that, we want to complete more topics and go down that path of, on paper, putting a tick mark for everything. I'm someone who operates like this, so I understand the need to put a tick mark. Ho gaya. And so even if I fudge and finish it, the idea of saying, look, I finished it, done. Even if there are some errors, I'll think about it tomorrow. But today I've finished it. I have finished it holds such large psychological value for me that I fudge the tick mark. Don't do that. Right? So don't be in a frenzy to claim that you've completed a topic. And it's better to sit and revisit before progressing on to this desire, to fulfill this desire of finishing topics. And to keep revisiting and have faith in this idea that if it took you 8 hours to finish a topic, to revisit it will take 4 hours. To completely revisit it another time will take only 2 hours. Not just that. If it take you 8 hours to finish the first 4 topics each, the next 4 topics, same size, will take you only 7 hours. If you have learned percentages well, ratios will go by quicker. If you've learned percentages, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, ratios, mixtures, then you will automatically learn geometry faster, quicker. Also the reason why all of us say stack your simple, basic, high scoring, high focus areas first and then go to the trickier one, because this journey automatically preps you and gets you ready for the next one. Sometimes the time taken to finish a topic intimidates you, especially topics like speed, time, distance. They're fast, right? You start by somebody says distance by time is speed and there's nothing more to do. Then you look at questions and then there are two different contexts are there. You have the same time or same speed, you meet it. Then 2 people start and keep crossing each other. Do those templates. Then you say, okay, I've got this. Then suddenly they introduce the idea of the train crossing a platform. 2 trains crossing each other. Say, look, I've got this. Then they talk about relative speed, same direction, opposite direction. Say, look, I've got this. Then somebody will come and say, look, not just this. I want you to think about the context of a boat and a stream. And then you go half the distance in one, this, another half in another thing. Then average speed. Then they'll say 2 people start at the same time, end at slightly different times. How much lead will you get? Races. Then circular races. Then they keep adding layer after layer. It seems like a vast topic. You can easily spend 20 hours learning just speed, time, distance. And so sometimes it is unnerving when you spend too much time on a topic. That's all right. Digest it, put it in the box, go to the next topic, and then come back and revisit. Got to get comfortable with the idea of dialing out and coming back in. Super important. Because otherwise, your confidence takes a beating and you tell yourself you've done something, but you've not actually. So when you revisit it, everything gets shaken up. So aggressively have a planning schedule, preparation schedule that incorporates learning and revisiting. Super important. Otherwise, you're asking for trouble. Okay? Specifically for quant. And trust me, your time taken to finish topics crashes steadily, practically continuously. You look at questions in a mock and you'll be able to solve all of them and review all of them in an hour and a half too. Solve in mock context, look at the answers, solve the question that you have not gotten right, finish them, fill 2 learning gaps, all in 2.5 hours you can do. Ultra quickly, you just know this stuff and you'll get there, but you have to hang in there. And one of the very vital elements of hanging in there is to revisit very aggressively. Please keep that.